Don't drown in the waves of disaster, everyone. It's Deep Dive Zone, a Sonic review series for fans of all shapes and sizes. I'm your host, Devin, joined as always by my co-hosts Lauren and Bruce, and today we are doing more Sonic X, the Sonic Adventure arc.
Yeah.
We're starting off today with episode 28, The Mysterious Liquid Lifeform Chaos, or A Chaotic Day. The gang discusses the water monster Chaos, its connection to Knuckles' Master Emerald, and Eggman. They split into 3 teams, searching for emeralds, shards, and frogs, respectively.
When you put it that way, the fact that they're looking for a frog does sound ridiculous.
He has a Chaos Emerald.
He does, but it still just sounds kind of silly.
I will say, I do love seeing Big sitting in Chuck's room with everybody else and how much space he takes up.
Oh, yeah.
He's also the only one not sitting on, like, a little beanbag chair while they're all just sitting there sipping tea. I feel like Knuckles would be like an herbal tea guy.
I thought they were drinking coffee.
Is it coffee? Do they say it's coffee?
Yeah. To be fair, coffee is just bean tea.
Alright. I don't drink it, so I can't prove you wrong.
I don't drink it very often, but I do drink tea, so...
Yeah. So, we messed up last week, or rather, we got confused last week because the Chaos Control event, it brought Angel Island to Earth, but it did also bring Mystic Ruin to Earth, and I just missed the part that said that.
Okay.
So that would plug the plot hole of Echidna history existing on Earth if it were a plot hole, which it's not. I don't know how that explains the temple with the shovel claw, though, so maybe they're still originally the same planet.
I mean, I still think so.
I mean, that makes sense. At least what we've seen so far.
Yeah, and I still don't remember what they say in the Going Home episodes, so...
we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we recap everything that happened with Chaos emerging from the Master Emerald. Still not really explaining how Eggman did that, but whatever, I guess.
Did Eggman do it?
I thought he did. Well,
Eggman released Chaos, for sure.
Well, so, I don't remember if this episode or the next episode, but they do show the instance where it happens, and it's a little ambiguous how it actually happened.
That's what I'm saying. It is this episode where they flash back to Knuckles that night on Angel Island, and we say Chaos come out, but we don't get how or why, and that's the same as in SA1. You don't have Eggman whacking the Emerald with a mallet like in the comics.
Fair enough.
Which I kind of like that, but in any case, Sonic's off to get Chaos Emeralds, Knuckles is off to get Master Emerald shards, and Chris is going to help Big find Froggy. And I think it's funny.
I'm so glad that the writers found a way to just make Chris go away for a while.
Exactly.
Chris from being important for a little while.
They gave him the most boring and safe job, both because that makes sense for what they would do in universe, and because it keeps Chris out of the way for a while. So yeah. We get to see Tails' Mystic Ruins workshop, and that is not anything like the games.
Consistent with inconsistency in this show with Tails' inventions.
Yeah, but it's not just that it looks different. It looks like a friggin', I don't know, it's like made out of clay or something on the outside. On the inside,
it looks like it was already there.
The inside is a giant sci-fi hangar.
Yeah.
But yeah. Tails already has his emerald from SA1, no Crash, no Emerald Coast, although I suppose you could expect
It's the wrong color, though.
Oh yeah? The one he has in the game is purple, right?
I thought it was yellow. I thought he had the Piss Emerald.
I don't know.
I thought so too, actually.
Well, maybe you're right. I don't know. Knuckles goes to Casinoopolis, and it got wrecked up because a shard hit it.
Damn, we don't get any gambling.
Didn't have to do that in the game, though.
Fair, you don't have to, but you can. Well, actually, no. You
kind of do have to. What do you mean?
Well, you don't really get to gamble, though.
In Sonic's stage, you have to gamble, not in Knuckles'.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, true.
But it is funny because when you think about how long it takes to play SA1, it's like, this can feel kind of like it's breakneck pacing. It's not wasting.
Oh, yeah, they're keeping the pace up with SA1's plot, and I kind of appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, because it keeps you from getting bored, whereas, you would have gameplay to do that in a video game.
Sure.
It mostly works. I may have some problems with it later.
Yeah, there's a little bit later, but I think for the most part, it's done these 3 episodes do a pretty good job of keeping the plot going.
Yeah. Continuity, on the other hand, I want to talk about the Tikal flashback that happens here. It's very similar to the games. We get Tikal, we get Gotcha Comic. Love seeing these tribal echidnas in the Sonic X art style. They're still all identical, though. Like, why didn't you make up new designs for them?
a lot of work for
You
extra
can't have nice
characters.
things.
I guess. But the Master Emerald Shrine, it has the pedestals surrounding it. Those aren't Chaos Emeralds on them. They're like weird tetrahedrons.
Yeah. What was going on there?
I noticed the same. I figured they are Chaos Emeralds,
Yeah, I
and they
figured they
just
were
look
probably
different
Chaos
because of
Emeralds.
reasons.
You know what? Yeah, probably.
I mean, I
What
guess
else
so,
could they be? They're colored like the
No,
Chaos
yeah,
Emeralds.
they're clearly because in the game that's where the Chaos Emeralds are.
Well, neither the game nor the show really calls attention to it, so it's not like it matters.
No,
But
no, but
Wait a
like
minute. They're shaped normally in the game, aren't they?
they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I figured it was just a goof.
yeah, and it might be. Yeah. So, anywho, we head towards Windy Valley. That doesn't really look like Windy Valley, but all right.
Whatever. It's got wind and it's a valley.
You know what? I shouldn't be like looking a gift horse in the mouth. This is a more unique environment with these like spires and these grass plains
the
and a cloudy
actual Windy
backdrop than
Valley.
these shows usually get.
It's more unique, honestly, in my opinion, than the actual Windy Valley was. That's what I remember of it. To be fair, I might have to play SA1 again.
Like I'm mixing up my memories with like the beta version of Windy Valley, which is cool. But anyway, Eggman has the drill mech.
The Egg Hornet.
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
the Egg Hornet. Nice.
Drills in the ground just like in the game. But unlike in the game, Sonic can apparently survive, sustain, and shatter the drills just by spinning?
I mean, to be fair, he beats it about as fast as or doing that. He beats it about as fast as most people normally do. So
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
fine.
He doesn't use the homing attack spam speedrun trick, but
Nah, it's fine. This Sonic doesn't need it. He's too strong.
yeah, well, we also have the power of coincidence on our side because Eggman takes the emeralds before this, and then after Sonic blows up the machine, the emeralds just fall in a puddle of water that happens to be containing chaos currently.
That's a little fucky.
Okay, so actually, I think that's brilliant. That's not a coincidence. Of course, Chaos is sticking around with Eggman. I think it's a great way to transition between the bosses.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, maybe. I guess it's just that it doesn't feel like Eggman planned it. I guess Chaos is an autonomous being, so it could have gone there on purpose.
Sure.
And yeah, no Sonic versus Knuckles stuff in this, by the way. I suppose that should be obvious at this point.
I was wondering if that was going to happen.
Knuckles got tricked by Eggman twice in the show already. I think we can
It's
give
probably
him a
not
no
going to
on that one.
happen.
Thank
Yeah.
goodness.
Thank God, yeah.
But yeah, we get the Chaos 4 fight, just like in the game, although it's a lot shorter.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they can't make it, they can't do it full length.
I'm being facetious because all of the fights are shorter than in the game, but the Chaos 4 fight is a slog in the game, so...
Yeah, well, yeah.
I
You
find
also
it
only have to
funny.
see it once.
True, because all
Yeah.
the multiple fights are condensed into one here, which I do appreciate.
Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, we don't have Sonic beat the Egg Hornet, and then Tails beats the Egg Hornet, even though it was just beaten. That wouldn't make much
Right.
sense. But I do find it funny that after they beat Chaos 4, they're just like, yeah, we did it. And they stand around, and then Eggman takes him away. Like, take the Chaos Emeralds, you idiots.
Yeah, that bit specifically, in the Japanese version, I don't know what he says in the dub, but Sonic even does the, I'll play with you again some other time quote.
Yes.
So they're
Oh,
literally...
okay, I take it back. They did the line, never mind.
Yeah, they're adapting the results screen.
They couldn't move because it was the result screen.
Yeah, but yes, Eggman does run off in the egg carrier. We get the egg carrier eclipses the sun scene, but it's weird because we've already done that scene in this show with the egg fort.
That's true, we have.
So it's like...
But the Egg Fort was lame, so now we're doing it right.
True.
I guess so.
True.
But yeah, Sonic and Tails give chase, that is to say Sky Chase. Sky Chase happens. And in this version, Tails shoots a hole in the egg carrier and the bird falls out of it and onto Amy.
That is
Sure.
funny.
I mean, why not?
I appreciate that during said fight, Eggman is in the control room. There's clearly the control room of the egg carrier from the game.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I do like that. What I don't like is, like, I get it. I get wanting to connect the events in this way. The bird having been captured by Eggman already, it definitely still has a Chaos Emerald, but he didn't get the emerald from it, is odd.
It's not
That
very
is a
difficult to
little
explain. Zero got the bird, went to the egg carrier, was gonna give it to Eggman, but Eggman was a little preoccupied with fighting Tails, and then he got knocked out in the middle of the fight. So then Zero goes to try and retrieve it, and then Amy jumps in.
I mean,
Fair enough,
I guess that's a very good coincidence on the part of Tails' laser, not just happening to hit the part of the... like, I'm imagining, like, specifically it goes, like, through a window and directly hits Zero in the hand.
Oh, well, I mean, of course it's a correct... that is very coincidental. You're totally right. I just meant it's not unreasonable that the bird could be there and it still has the emerald.
Yeah.
I guess. I do think
yeah.
it makes more sense to just send out a robot in hopes that it will find an emerald, though. But, just like in the game, Sonic and Tails get shot down, Tails has his dream, but rather than what we get in the game, which is a very vague interpretation of their first meeting, we already saw that. We saw that in the Safari episode. So instead, we just have this flashback to Sonic shooting an Eggman robot with the tornado?
I got really excited after that. I thought, oh, cool, the regular tornado is actually still around somewhere.
Yeah, back on Mobius.
Oh.
Well, no, he brought the tornado to Earth. They only later...
No, I was hoping they didn't actually, like, rebuild the tornado into the X tornado. I thought it was just like, oh yeah, the X tornado got fucked up, so Sonic found the original tornado. Of course, that was fucking wrong.
In any case, I don't know what the point of the... I guess the dream, they just like, Sonic and planes, that's all you need. But I guess it doesn't matter, since Sonic and Tails spend no time separated here. They're just back at the mansion.
Right.
So, I guess that's fine. Amy makes friends with the bird. She names the Flicky Lily in this version.
Did it have a name in the game? I couldn't remember. I didn't think so.
Didn't have a name or a gender, as far as I know. We gotta call up Sid, tell him his wife is in this show. Kidnapping happens, but rather than just not know where she is, Sonic just is too slow to save her. I don't know how I feel about that one.
I would like to point out that Zero is holding on to Amy, but Amy is holding on to Lily. She could just let it go, and at least it would escape.
Yeah, throw it at Sonic. You were the one who wanted him to take care of it.
Fair enough,
and then Zero would probably not have a reason to keep holding you.
True.
Yeah.
And, well, that's the end of that episode. It's like, there's only so much you can do in an adaptation. I feel like this is a lame choice for a cliffhanger. You could have done something with, like, Chaos, maybe.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But I suppose that's the cost of episodes. It's moving. It's cooking.
It's cooking, alright.
Should it be cooking?
Nah, but that's just real life.
I don't know. But,
Sure is Sonic Adventure.
It is. Yeah. It is undeniably Sonic Adventure.
It is definitely Sonic Adventure.
Speaking of which, episode 29, Amy the Captive and/or a Robot Rebels. Sonic and Tails set off to rescue Amy from Eggman's Flying Fortress, while Knuckles, Chris, and Big aren't far behind. And yeah, we start with Knuckles talking to nobody himself.
That's what Knuckles does. That's what he used to do.
I'm trying to just do
before
that.
He got
you're
tied
right.
Up
You're
in
right.
Mess.
It's a Pender's classic.
Oh God.
Sonic and Tails take off again, and they play this music track that kind of sounds like it's from Kirby, which is a funny thing for me to say who hasn't actually watched this episode in weeks and doesn't actually remember what music track my notes are talking about.
You saying that just made me realize how little I actually pay attention to this show's music.
I do like the shot where they're in the plane, and Tails has this really wonky drawing as he turns to say, "I'm fine, Sonic."
There's some kind of wonky stuff in these episodes.
Right after that, they forget to draw Sonic's shoe strap, so the animation is definitely off to a start. But it's okay. We've got Big the Cat, and we've got the one thing that Big the Cat's gameplay needed, which is commentary by Chris Thorndyke.
That's right. Him questioning if this is really the right thing to do. Like, if Chris played Sonic Adventure, he would definitely.
Chris reviews Sonic Adventure while he's living it.
Big's gameplay. Yep.
Yeah. Amy is here trapped on the ship. She has another fantasy about running into Sonic on the street and making food for him. I've kind of had enough of her. We've seen a lot of her fantasies as is, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah, kind of.
I do like that in her imagination, Sonic says, "I hardly recognized you." She's like, wow, you forget her that easily. And then she knows that. That's why she's thinking it. Anyway, she complains about being the girl who gets kidnapped all the time, which I just want to note because there are people that are currently like angry that Amy is not the girl who gets kidnapped all the time in the modern series.
What?
Really?
Excuse
Actually,
me?
yes. I've seen people complaining about that.
That is the weirdest thing.
Character
Fans are
development
bizarre.
is illegal.
It's very strange.
Anyway, you were right last time, Lauren. Zeta is still not here as Eggman gives the froggy speech to them.
Oh, yeah.
Very weird.
And I hate to say it, I think it'll turn out better than Archie by the end, but I'm not super impressed with how they've been handling Gamma just because we haven't got any of his perspective up to this
Oh, yeah,
point.
no, there's been basically nothing about Gamma so far.
I think the way that Gamma's SA1 story starts is important because it puts you in
It
Gamma's
is.
shoes and casts Eggman as your weird father figure, and he pits you against your brother, Beta. It's not really happening here.
Not really.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to beat Archie when Archie does nothing, but
Yeah.
not great.
True.
Yeah. Go back to Knuckles, another shard, another flashback.
I do appreciate that they're giving all the Tikal flashbacks to Knuckles in this show,
That
rather than
makes
just
sense.
giving them to random characters at random times in the game.
Yeah, because, I mean, Big and Gamma do not care what's going on with Tikal.
Right.
Yeah.
And, no, I forgot. Last episode, we talked about the things on the pedestals, but Tikal does turn and say those are the 7 emeralds while looking at things that are absolutely not the 7 Chaos Emeralds.
Like I said, it's obviously a goof.
Yeah, it's just a design goof.
Also, I think that might be an unused line read from SA1, although I'm not sure. It's alright, though. Master Emerald points Knuckles toward the egg carrier. All 4 E-Series are searching for the frog in the exact same place, which happens to be where Big and Chris are, which is a bit silly to me, just because, like, gee, I wonder if the
Yeah,
frog
a
that
little
you
bit.
stole from other people that were looking for a specific frog might be an important one. But in this case, we don't have a contrived method for getting Big on the egg carrier. Instead, he and Chris just follow Gamma on.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it makes as much sense as anything else.
Yeah, Eggman gets his dummies, 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 dummies speech. I like the little back and forths where the robots argue over which frog is prettier.
Oh yeah, that is kind of an interesting thing to add because there's nothing like that in the game. The robots, other than Gamma, feel very robotic in the games.
There's like 2
games.
voice lines as the screen fades into this cutscene in the game, but it's not
Sure.
really focused on. You may as well have like not even noticed.
Right.
So, this is when I start to have a little problems with the way this is formatted. I mean, we've talked about a few issues here and there, but Gamma has the right frog. Eggman is like, awesome. All right, now destroy the other ones. And then, literally less than a minute later, then we have the Gamma walks in on E101 being mangled scene. Except that they screwed that up too. In addition to being super sudden and like, wait, you just destroyed it. Why is it being repaired immediately? That makes no sense. But also, he's not like an amalgamation. He's not being converted into his Mark II form. It's just regular Beta, which I guess is because he hasn't had much time to do anything. So it's like lessened impact.
Yeah, I mean, aside
Yeah.
from the thing that we already talked about, and I think the point that you're meant to see in that scene is not him necessarily being converted, because you don't know that's going to become a new boss fight. To the game, if you're seeing it for the first time, it kind of just looks like he's being torn apart. I thought that was the impression you're supposed to get.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't really look like that here. It almost looks like he's being repaired.
No,
he's
he
not
doesn't.
modified at all.
They didn't really take him apart for it. And yeah, no, he looks exactly the same. We have some parts on the floor, but that's about it.
Pretty much, yeah.
He also doesn't walk out of there and say this is the wrong room, which is both a funny and kind of like meaningful moment in the game, because it's like it's deadpan, but it's also a little bit foreboding.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, all of this compiles because it means that his heel face turn with Amy is like weirdly sudden. It's like we've barely gotten to know this guy before he's changing.
Yeah.
He does at least look at the bird. It does at least tie it to the bird.
Right.
Yeah. Also, I don't mind the dub usually, but yeah, the voice is really annoying. It makes it hard to take the Amy scene seriously.
Yeah. I will say, instead of just pressing a button to open the cage, he just blows it up with his gun.
Sure.
I mean, why not?
Because you want to be certain you're not going to just fucking kill her. So Tails is here. He faces down the egg carrier with a new X-Tornado transformation that turns its back jets into arms. It looks kind
I
of
like
bad.
that.
That was fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about that, but I do like that Eggman's reaction to this is to immediately say, "Transform the egg carrier!" Like he can't be one-upped.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
And hey, we get a chance to see a little bit of how that enhances its battle power in this version, whereas in the game it's the exact same either way. It also has... They're also like, no, activate Phase 3 at one point, and it gets this, like, welcome celebration with these robot cheerleaders.
That was so fucking weird.
It is entirely possible that in Sonic X continuity, if it weren't for Deco, Tails never would have gotten on the egg carrier.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. Eggman's got robot maids on the egg carrier, so I don't think this is super unbelievable.
I guess, yeah.
But the arms were supposed to be legs, so they crash into a wall on the ship.
Oops.
It's very funny because you have them going down, they're like, oh, we can't land right, and then they crash into the ship, and then just smash cut to credits. It's very weird. It kind of made me laugh, which I don't think it was supposed to. It's supposed to be tense.
I don't think so, but yeah, it does kind of.
But having this, we're gonna die, and then just the soft, it's like very funny. But that leads us into our third episode of the day, Egg Carrier Battle, or Heads Up Tails. Sonic and friends scramble to get the Frog Emeralds and Emerald Shards and defeat Chaos. And yeah, obviously they're fine.
Yeah.
We get a little bit of Skydeck, that's cool.
That's cool.
And it's game accurate because Sonic can't get too far ahead of Tails because of the rubber band.
Yeah. And it's inaccurate because they're not being jostled around by Knuckles steering the ship without knowing they're there. But honestly, it's like, this almost feels like Sonic Adventure if it was Sonic Heroes, with how much time Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles actually end up spending together, which I like.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
I mean, I hate Sonic Heroes, but yes, that aspect of Sonic Heroes, that works here.
Yeah.
I just mean working as a team, but
I know, but I must point it out every time.
I mean,
well,
I agree.
There's no Sonic Heroes adaptation in this show, so...
Thank God.
I mean, that could actually, make the story good.
Yeah, I want Metal Sonic.
Okay, well, I guess with no metal, that is disappointing.
Amy gets grabbed by Eggman, and Sonic gets the fucking raw insult of, if you're gonna chase after girls, choose a better one. Why are you such a dick?
Yikes. And in addition to those words, Eggman follows it up with action too, because he's a total monster. Not only, does he grab Amy's hammer, I mean, she does knock him away later, but ultimately he also just, punches her to grab the bird, which caught me off guard too.
Yeah, he knows what he wants, and he's gonna get it.
Jesus.
And just Eggman physically attacking a Sonic character is always hilarious, if I'm honest.
It is.
Oh, yes.
Because it doesn't happen very often.
No, it's a rare treat.
Yeah.
And that thing about the bird's got the Chaos Emerald as expected. Amy is a little more proactive to stop Sonic and Gamma from fighting before they begin, but Gamma disobeys her.
Ooh.
Which is a change.
Yeah, that's weird.
God.
I don't get it.
I think that given we've spent less time with Gamma in this version, having him be slightly less progressed in that regard would maybe warrant this.
I guess, yeah.
It's lucky that when Sonic agrees with it, he doesn't just get right back up and shoot him, but...
I would like to point out that remember, in the games, apparently Eggman never realized that Gamma betrayed him, but he's literally standing right there when Amy's like, he helped me. And Eggman's got to realize, oh, wait a minute, yeah, you were, like, imprisoned, so she must be telling the truth. So he has to know that Gamma betrayed him in this version.
Sure.
Yeah, because in the game he's already run over to the other side of the egg carrier, so he doesn't see that. Not that it makes a difference, the two never cross paths again, but... In SA1, you blow off the egg carrier's left wing during Skydeck. Here, I guess the ship is just crashing for no reason.
Yeah, they don't make it very clear why the ship is going down.
So, I guess if you gotta scrap something somewhere, but they were in Skydeck, just have them punch the ground. I don't know.
That's a weird one to decide to omit.
Tails, Amy, and Gamma fly off. Chris and Big find Froggy, but can't reach him because he's on this pedestal in the middle of a thing, surrounded by a bottomless pit, which I guess is how you could represent, a way to get him that's not just another fishing challenge.
I mean, there's literally no reason I can think of that Big should not just cast his line and grab Froggy.
Well, I mean, that is what he ultimately does, isn't it?
No! He puts Chris on the end of the fishing pole and awkwardly, reaches over.
I completely forgot. I'll tell you, I figured out, I remembered what I was mixing up. I was thinking of, there is this unused bit, or it's used but you never have to do it. There's a bit in Big's Hot Shelter where you unplug a drain and it drains the water out, and there's no reason to do that in the stage, but I think it was probably planned to be like that was what you'd have to do to get Froggy, and so I was thinking of that when I was looking at this here, but I totally forgot what they ended up actually doing, so oops. I want to mention before that scene, Knuckles has his final flashback. I don't have anything in particular to say about it, because it's really just like the game.
Yeah.
But Chris and Big grab some Eggman brand soda from an egg vending machine to calm down.
Just from, I guess why not?
It's just funny to imagine that being there. Anyway, so yes, Big dangles Chris from the fishing rod to grab the Froggy tank. It's very silly. And boop, silly. Chaos is here.
Oh, okay. Yep, suddenly.
Yep.
So I'm trying to think back. Did Eggman actually know they were here at any point? How did he find them?
That's a good question.
I'm not sure, but either way, he found them. We're kind of on the other side of the ship from where Sonic was, because this is the lack of synchronicity with the game. He didn't run away like in the game, but he should have, because we're over here now.
Right.
Eggman squeezes the Chaos Emerald out of Froggy's gullet, which for some reason makes the SA1 dash panel sound effect.
It does?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
I don't know why. That's probably not in the dub.
I would assume
it's not.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, very, very weird. And equally weird is that, he tosses Froggy into Chaos. Big and Chris chase after him, and they're stuck inside Chaos now.
Yeah, they suddenly go for, a little bit of a horror aspect with Chaos here. Because, just absorb him.
Yeah, that is definitely kind of creepy.
Well, and that's definitely the thing, is that they never quite capitalized on the idea of Chaos being able to, drown people. He can flood things that can drown people, but he never just uses his body to do it.
Yeah, and his body's made of water, so of course he should be able to.
Also, Sonic is, meant to be racing toward them so they don't drown, but Chris can still talk in there?
To be fair, Sonic's talked underwater in this show as well, so...
I guess. Fair enough. I do like Sonic rail grinding on Chaos's tentacles, though.
That was cool. I like that.
Ditto for Knuckles digging into Chaos with the shovel claw so Sonic can smash the brain.
That was gnarly.
Yeah, I like the teamwork that the two of them have to do here. That's very cool.
Well, and Chaos being water but still kind of solid, it makes sense that the shovel claw would be a thing that could work on him. And, so they get the emeralds back, and, well, we're doing the bit from SA1, except Sonic jumping at Eggman from the egg carrier. In the game, they do the thing with the 3 different camera angle shots to show, it's such an epic move that he's jumping off a thing that's high in the sky. Here, it's completely played for comedy.
Mm.
Also, Big flying the X-Tornado, but leaving everybody else behind.
Wait, actually, he doesn't actually leave everyone behind. I don't think he does.
Doesn't he?
No, because later in the episode, after he lands, Chris and Knuckles are there with him.
Oh, so I guess they just left Deco and Boko behind.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Jerks.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
did the
you
same
gotta
thing.
save the henchman duo.
Do we?
Well, Deco did help, so.
The Echidna Temple in Mystic Ruin does not look anything like it does in the game. It has a tree on top.
Oh yeah.
Very odd, but Eggman is flying by, Sonic chases him. Eggman flies by Jerome, who is now homeless and digging through the garbage for food.
And he gives him a missile.
I love this. Apparently, he does that just on a whim. He's not out for like,
No.
oh, yeah, you may have stopped my egg carrier, but now I'll blow up. No, he's just like, oh,
He's
hey, yo,
hey.
you dude,
You dude, here, have this fucking
the heck with
bomb.
you.
It's very strange because I always thought of Eggman as... I was trying to remember, like, in Sonic Adventure, which part of the timeline do the final parts of the stories have? I always pictured Egg Vipers happening after Egg Walker, which I guess doesn't make complete sense, since Tails and Amy touch down right before Eggman launches the missile.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like the missile should always be a last resort, and the Egg Viper happening before that makes more sense. But
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't super matter. But yes, he launches the missile, and I'm gonna be honest. In the game, it's very much a, if I can't have this city, nobody can. Here, he just seemingly does it for fun.
I mean,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
great.
put it past Eggman to do it for fun.
Yeah, I'm not really saying that he shouldn't be able to have it be that way, but I don't know. I like it better in the game. He doesn't even chase after it when it turns out to be a dud. Instead, he just sends Bokun with a "shit happens" message.
Oh no, you are 100% accurate that it's better in the game. I think this whole story, mostly, except for maybe condensing it, is nice, but
Yeah, the condensing.
it comes at a cost.
Yeah. So yeah, Bokun is the one supposed to reactivate the bomb, but Tails does get his Sonic flashback, but he gets it here before he defuses the bomb.
Mm.
So it's a bit strange, but I do like that he does that, and then Bokun is like, "Thank you, I really didn't want to die with everybody else." So yeah, the X-Tornado touches down, Knuckles and Chris are indeed there, and by complete fucking coincidence, it lands on the last Chaos Emerald.
That's
Don't know how I feel about that one. Also, doesn't this mean Knuckles has all 7 of them?
Yeah, I don't know why they did that, because in the game, wasn't it that the tornado always had the last one?
I think so, yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
So why didn't they just keep it that way? And just not have the tornado's emerald be taken?
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah,
It's strange.
Yeah.
bad adaptational choices. But that being said, in general, I had a lot of fun with these. I've been having a lot of fun.
They're mostly fine. Yeah.
I agree, they're mostly fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly the highest brow for entertainment, but compared to what we've been getting up to this point, it feels so much less pointless because there's so much more driven to actually pursue a goal.
Yeah.
Sure.
If they had this tone searching for emeralds in previous episodes, even if they didn't always find one, it probably would have made it more palpable for the entire first third of the show.
Sure.
But yeah, that's it. I think it's hard actually to find things to say about it because it's very, very straightforward. It makes a lot of adaptational decisions that make sense, even if there's some that we complain about. But it's like, we already have our opinions on SA1 stories in way more detail. This is the abridging of our SA1 episode.
Kind of. Yeah.
But you know what? If they keep up this pace, I will not complain. I mean, I'll complain, but I'll complain less than I would otherwise. So with all that being said, that's where we're done for tonight. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Bit of a short one, but that's okay. If you like this video, please feel free to share, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, criticism, or feedback, you can reach us at any of the links in the link tree in the description. I hope you all have a fantastic night. I hope you have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next time, and take care.